So one of the ways that we avoid over-philosophizing and using philosophical formulae when we try to understand God is to realize that the Bible does not approach this as philosophy. The Bible approaches this as divine encounter. You meet with the living God. God's power is revealed in your life. And then you therefore are able to say, wow, isn't God great? Look what God has done. Look what God has said. So it's not like some textbook of systematic theology that you get to know more about God and all these philosophical abstractions. No, the other nations very often, particularly the Greeks, liked to think about God metaphysically. But the Bible doesn't approach him metaphysically. The Bible approaches him practically, because that's how God has revealed himself. And when we read the Bible, we find how people met God in specific situations, ordinary situations, sometimes divine supernatural situations. And when we see how these show what God is like, then we can go away and say, well, now we know God, the God who did this. He is a powerful God. Look how he parted the Red Sea. He's a faithful God. Look how he came down in response to people's needs. He's a supernatural God. Look at the miracles he's done. And so we ask the question then, what is God like? And the Bible is the answer to that. Because all 39 books of the Old Testament, all 27 books of the New Testament describe the ways in which God has revealed himself to people. And so, in the early chapters of Genesis, we find God's revelation through creation. And then from then to the book of Nehemiah, there are passages which relate to 2,000 years of God's intervention in history and his dealings with men and women, right the time from Abraham in the Middle Bronze Age in archaeological terms through to the Persian Empire and on to the couple of centuries before Christ. Now, as well as these revelations of God through creation and history, we find the Bible gives us many books which show how God relates to ordinary circumstances and to ordinary people in everyday life, both, of course, to society in general and to the personal lives of individual people.